Yeah, you see the name I gave the video, The Devil's Advocate. You know, anybody that's actually done their homework of any type at all, when it comes to truth and lies and deception, the Devil's Advocate was created for one reason and one reason only. And they've used it for years successfully. And what the Devil's Advocate job is to suppress the truth. To keep the truth confused. What they use them for, and commonly, knowingly, is when somebody's speaking about something that's truth, they'll use the wording devil's advocate and bring somebody into the show who will stifle the truth, who will have their own opinion of the truth. And their opinion 90% of the time will have no factual basis at all. And all they will do is make it to where at the end of the show, anybody that wasn't sure what the truth was leaves the show in the same state of mind, unsure what the real truth is. Even when the one that's telling the truth that's not the devil's advocate tells the truth, they still leave the show confused, not knowing which side was the truth. Because the truth has been stifled now. Because of your ability to create, well, it's my opinion. It's my opinion. We all have a right to our own opinion. Yeah, well, we do all have a right to our own opinion, with the exception of, it's not up to us to do your homework for you. If you call in to my radio show or come on my live feed at any given time as a devil's advocate, I'm already going to be against you. Because you're not going to stifle the truth on my show. You're not going to turn my show into a comedian club for your own kicks and jellies. Because I will remove you from the show. Because I'm only going to give you a certain amount of a chance. You have a right to your opinion. But I'm going to give you, and anybody like you that wants to play devil's advocate, a chance to your opinion. Okay? It's as simple as this. You can listen and keep your big mouth shut. Then when you don't agree upon something that somebody's talking about, or your opinion says it's somehow different, then you will do your own homework. I'm not doing it for you, and nobody else is going to do it for you. And you will go do your own homework, your own research on that topic. Then, and only then, after you have pulled up some factual things to back up your opinion, then you may come on my show and give your opinion. And based on what you've looked up and what you've read. Not based on, I disagree, or in some people's cases, like last night, Jerry gave a good source. But because it wasn't from when this guy thought it should be from, because it was an older report, without doing any homework himself, he disagreed immediately and stuck with his opinion, which wasn't even truth. See, devil's advocate has been used for neons now. It goes right along with conspiracy theorists. Tinfoil hat. Nut job. If you make a category of all the things that they've used to stifle the truth, to call people who tell the truth nuts, to get other people that don't know the truth not to hear the truth, then you're going to have a list that goes like this. Conspiracy theorist or tinfoil wearing hat nut jobs. Yep. Devil's advocate is the same in that same category. They are the person who's calling the conspiracy theorist the tinfoil wearing nut job who comes in and stifles the truth. Now, a lot of you think, well, no, that's not what it's for. When that's exactly what it's for. That's exactly what it's been used for neons. And when you want to say, well, no, it's my opinion. Well, everybody has an opinion. They're like assholes, excuse my language. Everybody has one of them too, don't we? That's right. But your opinion means nothing at all if you don't have any factual of anything to back up what you're saying. If the words are just coming out your ass, with nothing to back it up, and you're telling them to provide you the evidence, you need to go take a flying hike. Nobody's going to provide you nothing. No, it's not their job to provide you anything. If you want to play the stifle the truth role, then when you're listening to a show on TV, on the radio, regardless of where it's at, or you're listening to somebody talk about something and you disagree, you have a right to disagree. But to come on and say, well, I'm going to play devil's advocate and not have anything looked up yourself to back up what you're saying. Well, in my opinion, I don't care about your opinion. I don't say things out of my opinion unless I say it is my opinion and I haven't looked into it. Jerry don't say anything that's not his opinion, and if he does, he's going to say it's his opinion because he hasn't looked into it. It's how he feels about it. He has a right to that. Like anybody else, even including Brandon Kirk, would have a right to that. But what Jerry was talking about is all factual. Because the difference between the devil's advocate and Jerry is Jerry's done his homework, and he's done a damn good job of doing his homework. I've done my homework. On the majority of anything I ever say, I do my homework. Now and again, I give my opinion. But most of the time, I've already done my homework. I don't just come up and open my mouth and say things that I know is not factual. That I ain't got something to back it up with. No more than Jerry does. No more than any real truther does. And for those of you who are sound asleep that claim to be awake, it's so easy to tell when you're asleep. Because when you come up and say, well, the TV says, you're not awake. I don't care how much you claim you're awake, you're not awake. You're sound asleep. Because anybody that's awake would never in a million years say the TV says. The only person that's ever going to say the TV says is somebody who is sound to sleep. Okay, end of story. There's no getting around that. I don't care who you are. There is no getting around it. Because anybody that's really awake and has done their homework understands and knows the TV could have been the greatest invention there ever was, but it's not. Because it fell into the wrong hands. And just like everything else that falls into the wrong hands, it's used for evil purposes. It's like building a nuclear bomb. Why do you need one? Oh, to defend ourselves. Defend yourselves against what? Your inability to grow up? Your stupidity? Your dumbness? Or is that just to defend yourself against your selfish greed? So when it comes right down to the reality of it, this is why, somebody might have been a little mad yesterday, but this very person who got a little mad last night, well, I gave him respect, and I'll still give him the respect to say he's not stupid, but he's not awake. He's the same guy that trolled me for almost 7 years. Followed me all over the internet everywhere I went. He knows who he is. And played troll. He loved being a troll. He thought it was all a game, a competition, a sport, an arena. He had a blast doing it. He's even the same guy that thought he had my personal information and attempted to put it out to the public. And he nailed the wrong person. It wasn't even me. Now that person might have gotten harassed and got phone calls and got this at their door, wondering what the hell is going on, where did these nut jobs come from, and it would have been all started by this person right here, the troll, who called into my show last night. Now I gave you respect when you backed off and stopped trolling me. And I'll give you respect as a human being. But I will not give you a platform to stifle the truth. If you come on my show and you start stifling the truth by playing, I'm going to play devil's advocate, I will remove you from the show. If you want to come on the show and give your opinion, you can do so. But when we're talking about things that's already been backed up and you want to go against that, then you better bring something with you to the table to back it up with. Don't expect us to go get it for you, because we're not going to. That's not our job. That's your job. See, our job is simple. When you're a real truther, you go do your homework on your own. You talk about what you've done your homework on that you can back up. And that's what I've done for years now, is things that I can back up. And you see with your own eyes going on around you. But some of you don't see that because you never look into anything and you live in your bubble. If you want to stay asleep and live in your bubble, that's your prerogative. Jerry and I even talked about that last night long before the show. That there's some people that probably is best not to wake up. Waking up is something a person needs to do on their own. Whether Brandon, Kirk, Rubber, Wilbur will ever wake up is beyond me. It's not my job to wake the man up. He's been around long enough by now that he should have woke up if he wanted to wake up, but obviously he don't. He wants to pretend he's awake. He wants to claim he's awake and stick his foot in his mouth while he's pretending it. Because that's what he done. He stuck his foot right square down his throat. And it was laughable. When Jerry started laughing, I agreed with him. How could I not? Because it was laughable. He made himself into a clown. He might as well put on the Bozo the Clown mask. Because he did make himself into a clown. But when Jerry gave him an example and he goes, well, I'm not believing something that's from blah, blah, blah. Oh, Google it? You go blah, 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 blah. Well, see, that's more work than he's ever done. And if you think you can knock Jerry, I'll tell you something else. Jerry's more of a man than this guy will ever be. Jerry's willing to get up off his ass, which I am the same way, leave his computer and go out in public and do something. Which is more than the majority of all of you people online will ever do. It's sad that I have to say that, but it's the truth. Because the only way we're ever going to stop what's going on in this society, all the evil and all the corruption and all the lies and all the BS, is to stand up against the evil that's done this to us. And standing up against the evil done this to us is not getting up on a video and telling people who don't care. Because thanks to the cremation of care, nobody cares about nothing but their own selfish self. Everything's become a game, a sport, an arena, a competition to you, and you all think it's a big joke. Well, the big joke's going to be on you when it's all said and done. And you're not going to like that big joke. Because the big joke is history's replaying itself again, which that's what history does, right? Because human beings don't grow up. They fail to grow up. So because human beings fail to grow up, they keep walking out in front of cars. Their mama told them to look both ways before they crossed the street. But they never learned. They never grew up. They count their toes while they're crossing the street and can't figure out why they got run over. That's what human beings do. Human beings you think would advance. You think you would learn from your mistakes and not repeat them. Nope. Got to count our toes while we cross the street. Wonder why we got run over. Then after you get all through with that, you get all healed and better if you didn't die. You think you'd learned. No, 2 years later, you're counting your toes. We crossed the street and got run over again. Isn't that how us human beings do it? That's why I know a cat, and I know a dog, and I know a penguin, and I know a zebra, I know a lion, I know a gorilla, I know an elephant. They're all smarter than you. They don't conspire to go out and kill one another. They don't build bombs to blow each other up with. They don't fight over selfishness and greed. And they don't have, they don't have some other animal show up to become a devil's advocate, to decipher the truth. Then wonder why I would feel the way I feel. Can't never correct nothing unless you're willing to have the truth. But you have a right to your opinion. You just can't come on some show that somebody's telling truth and play devil's advocate and expect them to go do your homework for you. You're a clown. I'll remove you from the show. When you stop being a clown and take off your clown mask, when you want to come on and give your opinion, you can say, in my opinion. If you have nothing to back it with, once you've said your opinion, you're done with. It's over with. You're not going to argue with it with nobody. You have no factual nothing to argue with. It was simply your opinion. Once you've stated it, you're done with. You can hang up now. What do you mean we didn't agree with your opinion? Well, when your opinion's stifling the actual real truth, we're never going to agree with your opinion because we have facts to prove that what you're saying is not true. You want your opinion to be listened to? We heard it. Oh, but you don't want us, you want to change our mind? Well, then bring some factual evidence with you. And no, we're not going to give you our factual evidence when it's all out there to be gotten and we've already done our homework over and over and over to what we're talking about. It's not our fault you're lazy. That's your fault. If you're too lazy to go look, oh, wow, tough shit. Then if somebody's kind enough to point you to a source, and the first thing you do is defute their source, get out of here, clown. But you're not going to do that. So, to the person who was all mad at me last night, I guess you better go get some Glad trash bags. Get glad! Don't get mad. There you go. That's my answer to you, okay? I don't care. When you say I'm here to play devil's advocate, that was your first mistake. Because what you said is I'm here to stifle the truth. I want to make this show into a comedian show, a clown show. I want it to be Bozo Clown the Circus. And when I'm done with your show, nobody's going to learn anything from it. They're going to walk away confused because I'm here to play Bozo. Well, you're not going to come into my show and play Bozo the Clown. Then you were mad because you was, well, I didn't kick you off the show. I could have hung up on you and you could have called back in. And if you had, I just hung up on you again. See, you wouldn't even listen. I didn't do that to you, did I? You came in my live feed on YouTube and you typed right in the live box and said you was blocked. No, you wasn't. Or how did anybody see that, Rubber Wilbur? Because you clearly wasn't blocked. You were just removed from being able to voice your opinion in the show anymore because you had nothing to back your opinion with, and you already gave your opinion. Everybody has one. So go get your factual proof the next time. Or listen to a show, and then when you got a topic you want to give your opinion about, go do your homework. Then come and give your opinion based on your homework. It'll get you a little further. But if you can't do your homework because your homework keeps coming back to what we're talking about and you don't want to agree with that, then you just better do this and zip your mouth and keep it shut. Because we're here to talk about truth and back up what we're saying with truth. And if you open your eyes and look around you in this world, you will see what we're talking about is the real truth. And if that's the part that hurts you, is it's the real truth, and you don't want, I mean, waking up is a hard pill to swallow. Because the first thing you have to swallow is you have to understand that we've all been lied to. Every last one of us have been lied to our whole freaking lives with almost everything. So that's one of the reasons it's so hard for people to wake up. Because nobody wants to believe in the fact that they could have been lied to so deeply their whole life. By their school system, by their government, by their belief system called religion. That's why when Jerry says it's better off that some people stay asleep, it probably is. But if you want to stay asleep, that's your prerogative. I got nothing against that. But don't call into my show and think you're going to play devil's advocate. Because I don't put up with people here to just stifle the truth and turn my show into a comedian club. You'd just be removed. No more to say.